and I wish someone would have done this for me. Okay. This is an exclusive report coming to you live from Information You Need, all one word with a U. Yes, I'm a former government official. I'm going to tell you a story that's going to horrify you, and you probably won't believe it, but it's true, indeed. And I wish it wasn't. I wish it wasn't something that happened to me that destroyed my life, but it happened, okay? And God has brought it on my heart to bring it to you, because He wants me to give my testimony and tell what this world is capable of, what you could never imagine. Okay. When I was a young lady growing up, I never dreamed that America was full of evil, wicked men who are in power that control women as sex slaves. I never could have dreamed it. And the thing that's so ironic is the elites gave me a few opportunities, I guess, to be a part of their secret society. And I had no idea what was taking place because I was so young and naive. But when I was a young girl, just getting out of high school, I joined a rap group. And I formed it, actually. And I was supposed to be a famous rapper, but I decided I didn't want to go that route. And prior to that, they had given me an opportunity to I had worked at SeaTac Airport as a one of the X-ray people when you come through the guards, and I think it was Ford agency came through and had their portfolios and all their modeling stuff, and they took me to the side and asked me, did I want to be a model, and would I be willing to relocate to New York City and stuff. And I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but I know who he was, and I've seen him on TV, and but I told him no. I decided I didn't want to do that, okay? And whenever the Illuminatis or the elites offer you a job, making a lot of money, and within their secret society, within the elites, like cater to them, serving them, and you turn it down, it's not good, okay? They don't like it. They get mad, okay? But when you're younger, they have a little more patience to work with you. Oh, there goes my car, making a service track. Engine power is reduced. Oh, it came on. This light came on. I tell you, it's peerless times. The guy said he fixed it, but I don't know what the hell's going on. Every once in a while it does this. But I have no man to count on, because they've all pretty much are part of the secret societies, and they've been told that they can't help me and that I'm supposed to suffer. And then people always think, well, concentrate. I'm just going to say a prayer right now so I can make it. Dear Jesus, Lord, beg you in the name of God, please help me. This car's acting up. I want to ask you to please lay your hand on my car, make sure I make it home safe. God, I got to get this toilet paper. Please, Jesus, I beg you to help this car drive. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. I'm just so worried. I tell you, this world is so perilous and so sick and so satanic and evil, and men are against women who love Jesus and who just want to not fornicate and want to have a family. And you could, really, you can almost lose your life for that. They'll terrorize you for that here in America. But back to the story, okay? Sorry, my car's messing up. I just hope I can make it. But what I wanted to say is that I didn't know what what was in store for me. I never researched secret societies, Masons, or satanic people or anything like that. I had no idea what these people were up to. And what they were trying to do is just to make me come inside their organization, and then they get you in there and they give you money, and then that's when they hit you with what you have to do. And then if you don't do it, you could either get murdered or you could be blacklisted. They won't give you no jobs. They'll pretty much leave you in poverty and put you on welfare, make you have to go to food banks. So what happened was, I didn't want to take the top model job. I didn't want to take the rapping celebrity job, right? And I just knew it was bad. I could feel it. And I had met a few celebrities, so I just, kind of got picked up on it. And I was a little forewarned. And so I tried to, escape, because my manager actually wanted me to sign a long contract and just bind myself to him. And I looked it over, and I didn't know much about contracts, but I knew enough to not sign it, okay? And I didn't. And so I just quit, and I just stopped. And I know Sir Mix-a-Lot wanted me to make a album or whatever, and I just didn't do it. And I decided I was going to go, to work for the government, and I felt like I could get more authority. I felt like there was, wasn't so crooked, and that people in the government, weren't going to, be like the music industry and the fashion industry. And I wanted to be around people that were professionals and stuff. And so I said, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go that route, And so I did that. And I actually got hooked up through the person who was my manager when I wanted to become a rapper. And that's why it just is so weird how they do this. I mean, they do it on purpose, because they hook you up so many ways. Like, they had the double hookup for me. Like, they were like, well, if she doesn't do this, then we got this, And so that's, and then so I guess if you turn down like some of the stuff, you get tops, So they were like, well, she's so picky, we'll just give her top government, And so I got top government. They sent me all the way down to the governor's office. That's why I didn't even know where I got the job at. I was just like, oh, where's the interview? And they're like, Capitol, Olympia, here's the directions. I got up there, and I was looking at these buildings, and I had heard about it, and I think I might have went up there on a field trip along, in elementary school or whatever. And maybe that's probably where they first groom you and find you, and they look at all the kids and look them over, and then they wait till you get older or whatever, and because sometimes they even take you from your mom or whatever and get you in foster care and all that. I mean, they're just so crazy how they are, believe me. They will seek and hunt you and stalk you when you're like little, and then all the way to they can get a hold of you and get you in the system, and it's all set up. And so basically I tried to get away, and I got in there, and I didn't know what it was about and everything. And first I thought it was great and everything, and I thought I could make money, and I could have a good career, and I was thinking I'll never quit. I'm always gonna. Oh, hey, you guys. Those are the llamas. I should have turned the camera on them, but they're kind of creeping me out lately. But anyways. Let me tell you, these people will do anything to take you down. So I got in the system, right? I was working for them, and then they had this like mentor, like person who I could like confide in and talk to, and then they kind of like hooked me up with her, and they made her be like over me and stuff. And then she's the one who was like the groomer, and that gets you like initiated or into the system or whatever. And what she was saying was, she would take me on these long rides and stuff, and I didn't have no idea. And we'd be driving by real nice houses, and there's a video somewhere on one of my channels of me driving by. And she'd say, would you want to live here, da da da. And then one day they just sprang it on me and said, if you want, there's some people who like you, and would you be willing to have sex with them? And they didn't really say, do you want to be an escort or do you want to be a sex slave? But they basically, told me that these guys wanted me, and they wanted to sex me. And I remember just getting so creeped out and thinking to myself, who is it? Who's the one looking at me and everything? And I even, recall, just a whole bunch of crazy stuff, like feeling like I would be, slip Mickeys and Mollies at work and stuff, and I would like lose track of like lots of time at work, and we'd go to these secretive meetings and we'd be in the dark, and oh, it would be so crazy, and I'd fall asleep. I wouldn't even know like what happened for 3 to 4 hours, and just all kinds of creepy things like that happened. And then they were just like torturing me and reprimanding me and getting me in trouble for not wanting to be a sex slave. And so I knew that I couldn't continue to work there because they were just going to pretty much torture me for just not doing it. And I guess every time they looked at me, they just wanted to have sex with me. And since I wouldn't let them, it just made them so angry. And I remember just knowing that I thought, oh God, am I ever going to be able to get away from this? And I was just so, and at the time I was in an abusive relationship. See, that's how they trick you. And they set you up with these men, and they make them like beat you. So like you get beat at home, you get beat at work, basically, you know, terrorized, abused. And it was just the most horrible thing. Like, and that's why right now I'm getting ready to go to the Summit, you know, food place and food and drug store, and trying to write a check for 20. And I know they're gonna deny it, and they're gonna tell me no, because this is what happens to you. They get you down to the level where you are so poor and you're just crying and begging and stuff, and they just want you to finally just say, yeah, I'll sell out. You know, I'll finally just give my soul to the devil. But you won't. You can't. No wonder. That's why I want to make this video and just show you how they break you down. They tear you down to nothing. And I'm about to show you when I leave the store how they wouldn't even let me get toilet paper. What? I can guarantee you these men are so cruel and vicious. Believe me, they are the sickest men in charge. I can't even get witness protection, okay? That's how these men are. They ruin my life, and they get away with it because they're so powerful. And they try to make me a sex slave, and I refuse, and now I have to suffer for years and years. And I'll never be a sex slave. Never. I'm never gonna give up. And I always have faith in Jesus. No matter what these officials do to me and how they took me down to nothing. Okay? Because I have faith in Jesus Christ. That He's gonna make a way out of no way, and no man can shut a door that God can open. So I know that whatever they did to me is going to be reversed. And they have to give it back to me. The devil has to give back what he stole. Everything. And just like when I got in that car accident with that Ford Escort. And they try to say, put me in that car because it stood for Ford and Escort. Get it? They wouldn't even let me get a picture of the car. It was so messed up. It was such a miracle. They didn't want anyone to see it. And I had to fight and stuff. Fight my own ex, and he wouldn't even give me the picture. And I remember I was sitting in the car, and I remember he was playing footsies and trying to get me to put my leg over on his side. I guess they wanted to break my leg. And then the last minute, God helped me move my leg back over. And that's why I still probably have knee trouble a little bit, I think, from. And so the car just stopped all of a sudden. And someone from Canada in a Jeep hit us. Going like 80 miles, 75 miles an hour. Like we were just sitting ducks. And I just remember passing out, and just like the whole back of the seat, they said was all the way, the trunk went to the back seat, and the car could have exploded because of the gas tank. And I was sitting there unconscious, and I just remember looking over, kind of waking up, trying to see if my boyfriend was okay. And I remember just seeing him just jumping out the window and leaving me. He didn't even ask me was I okay or nothing. He just jumped out. and left me. And then I just remember, is anyone going to help me get out the car? And I remember I couldn't move. And I just laid there. And I thought I was going to die. And some man, I don't know who it was, to this day, came to my window and said, we called the ambulance, everything's going to be alright, hang in there. And he was the only one to cover me and help me, because my ex jumped out the window and left. And I never saw him again till at the hospital. Okay, that's how men are. Military men, by the way. They'll jump out the car and leave you. They won't even rescue you in a car accident, okay? And I asked him, why did you jump out the car and leave me? I know why, because he thought it was going to blow up, okay? And it was supposed to blow up, but somehow it didn't, okay? And I said, why did you do that to me? And he said, oh, I was just trying to get help. And I was like, yeah, right. That's why the man had to come to the window just to talk to me. You think people didn't witness what a coward you are and how you left me in the car to die? Yeah, that's a true story. And I'd love to make a movie out of that to show women really, but the men are in charge of all the movies, remember? They would never let you see the real true side of them and stuff. You can't never portray the truth, remember? They always hide and then they lie and put these fantasy stories up all day and night, tricking women into getting into these relationships with these monsters. And I'm going to tell you, I'm a living witness. Okay, I went through hell back and I'm still going through hell and it hasn't even ended and I don't know when it's ever gonna end. Okay, with these men in charge, none of them are ever gonna get removed. They just stay there for 20-50 years and they keep getting all these fat checks, insider trading deals, all this payoffs, lobbyists paying them, all these corporations paying them, and no one does a damn thing about it. That's what the saddest thing is. There's no law. They just started talking about a little insider trader law for the senators just now, and I don't even know if it ever was passed, okay? It's such a joke, okay? Believe me. All they are is spokespersons for corporations. They don't speak for the poor because we don't have enough money to pay them to speak for us, okay? We can't even have a poor representative in Congress, because they only look out for the rich. If you walk in there and you're poor, they'll look you down like you're a piece of dog crap, believe me. I used to walk the halls and bring bills and memos and letters to all of them, okay? I know their offices in and out, okay? I was a session runner.